Hello, welcome back to Seawolf's Den. I'm Crafting Ron. Once again, another video of some of the crafts I'm doing for the convention coming up in November. I don't know if I'm using all of these, but I have some stuff laying around and I have ideas. We'll see if this comes into play. So I have these packing material that I plan on using to create some abandoned industrial buildings. I think there's going to be an opportunity to lay out some buildings, some abandoned industrial buildings, and I hope to create some with some of the stuff I've got laid out. I just grabbed a bunch of junk out of my bits bin, and hopefully some of those will come into play. I don't think like all that PVC piping, I don't know how much of that I'm going to use. I may have to cut it, and I also need some more elbows. But I am planning on making several abandoned industrial buildings. Try my hand at it. The basis for this and another craft that I did is this plywood type sparkle. I think it's MDF, but I bought a new door for one of my rooms and it had glass in it. And this door was covered with large pieces of this kind of wood and both sides. So I have a lot of it. So I've been cutting it to make bases. It's really handy. I've only recently almost finished the one half. I still have a whole piece that's the size of a door. Those are my bases. I'm going to glue all this stuff down and then kind of make it terrain. But I know a lot of people have done it before, but this is my attempt at my own way of doing it.
There was a little more to these than the shipwrecks. I used a lot of little things I had laying around to dress them up. Dollar store Army Men packs had this plastic barbed wire fencing I used in certain areas. Similarly, I had a barbed road barrier that I placed in front of one building. I also used these dollar store military gas tanks and road signs from a dollar store police packs. I had miscellaneous plastic pieces from clothing tags and printer ink cap and all kinds of things. With all that, I took all this packing material I had stored up and went crazy with the greebling. As I said earlier, I wanted elbows for the piping, but what I really wanted was more piping. I bought from Amazon this 300-piece tubular pipe building block that fairly cheap. Link in the comments. I made the mistake of not cleaning or scuff sanding these things before using them, and the paint ended up not completely adhering. I had to do a lot of touch-up paint to even do this video. I recommend cleaning them and scuff sanding them before you paint them. I also printed out a few things on the resin printer to scale out the buildings and give it more of an abandoned look. These included wooden pallets, which I did use in places, and some battered oil drums, which I didn't glue to the pieces, but I still used. First, we have what I call the stack house. I used some of the wheels from that pipe set and small diameter PVC to create the stacks and Army Men barbed wire and road signs to make it look like a section was cordoned off. That section of the packing material was torn, so I used some leftover pieces of some Fortnite toys my son threw away to make it look like it was boarded up. Next, we have the pump house. I glued 3 PVC pipes together, and these 2 buildings had a perfect place to slide those pipes in and make it just look like piping going in and out of like a pump house type thing. I also used some of those toy pipes to dress it up. The next is the generator room. I used some pipes, toy gas tanks, miscellaneous plastic bits to create this mechanical look on one side. I used a PVC T-joint and some other parts to dress it up, including the road barrier I was talking about earlier. I think it was left over from toy set from the Rampage movie. You gotta love Walmart clearance. Most notable is the plastic hang tag from something I bought and an ink cartridge cap. I felt like that kind of putting that together along with the wheel really kind of gave it a mechanical look. You can also see some of those printed pallets. Finally, we have the water treatment or waste treatment house. This one had a tear as well, so I used a toy brick wall that I think came from a knockoff Lego set or something to dress up that end of it, blocking it off with some more of that Army Men barbed wire more toy bits on one side and another random plastic piece, probably some kind of retail hanger for something else I bought, and some bendy straws give it a functional look. As I went along, I expanded the project. 2 chemical or water tank out of soup cans, and one of them, of course, has a ladder. I 3D printed the tops, although that ended up making it too small for miniatures. I kind of wish I'd scaled those down a little bit, but I hadn't done a soup can craft before, so I went ahead and did that. The second one could be a craft all on its own, but I will just keep it in this because it was part of the whole project. This is a radio or radar tower I made out of several random things. The base is made of a lacrosse head stand. Now, I know that's kind of specialized. My son plays lacrosse in high school, and he had to replace the head of his stick. When you buy them, some of them come with this stand, and he left it on my desk for me to use for something. I ended up doing so. The octagonal piece is the end of a restaurant-sized roll of plastic wrap. The inner circle is a piece, I guess you would call it a spoke protector for when we were buying bikes for our kids. Slapped all that together and a bunch of other bits and baubles that include HeroClick bases, some steampunk gears left over from some Halloween things I bought after Halloween on sale, and other pieces, and there you have at least a halfway decent radar or radio tower.
So until next time, seek the wolf in thyself.